Stimulating the clitoris to make it come is not the female orgasm. When your goal is just to make the woman come from the clitoris, the woman actually gets very poor sex. There are 7 female orgasms you absolutely need to know about. I will tell you about them from my 20 years of experience helping women professionally to develop this orgasmic capacity. I will go in the increasing order from the least valuable orgasm to the most enriching and powerful, including the ones that many men and women never discover. So at the bottom of my rankings is the clitoral climax. And this is of course what people understand by the female orgasm. You stimulate the clitoris to build up tension, you rub it, and you reach the release. There is one intense sensation of pleasure, but that's it. And for many women, this is actually the hardest orgasm to achieve. It involves a lot of monotonous stimulation, pressure, and often even anxiety about getting there, which makes it even more difficult. And that's why even when women have sex and they reach a clitoral climax, sex is still often very unsatisfying. It feels empty because sex essentially becomes a lot of mechanical work just to achieve one intense sensation. We can make the clitoral climax more easy and more reliable, but it will still always remain the most difficult and the least enriching of all orgasms. And it is sad that we generally consider this the woman's orgasm. So the second from the bottom for me is the G-spot orgasm, by stimulating the area on the top wall of the vagina roughly halfway in. So usually this kind of orgasm will happen only with fingers. For some women it can also happen in penetration at specific angles, but with the G-spot orgasm people make a frustrating mistake. They expect the G-spot orgasm to feel exactly like the clitoral climax, a build-up of tension, a big explosion, a release and relaxation. For some women it will behave like this, but for many women the G-spot orgasm actually feels quite different. So basically when you do intense G-spot stimulation, there is a particularly intense moment, it passes and then you continue. There can even be a few of those peaks in one session, so it's just a moment during the stimulation. And here is the biggest mistake that I have repeatedly seen working with people over the years. The G-spot isn't just there. It can be active and then you will feel it and it can be orgasmic, or it can be deactivated if you go straight in and try to rub the G-spot to make the woman come, like you are taught on YouTube. It will often shut down and the G-spot will feel of nothing. You have to activate the vaginal areas really well with gentle stimulation first, with love and presence to make it really sensitive, and only then it makes sense to switch to the G-spot stimulation, and then you may have a better possibility of a G-spot orgasm. Now here, before moving on to vaginal orgasms, it's a good place to tell you about a third kind of orgasm. We can do something totally different on these two areas and much greater. The third orgasmic experience on my list that few people know about or practice is what I call orgasmic waves. So you can create orgasmic waves from the G-spot or from the clitoris by changing the technique completely. So instead of rubbing the area to build up tension, you first use gentle pressure techniques to activate that area and make it really sensitive. Then you alternate increasing pressure and slow movement techniques to gradually raise intensity. So there is no tension building and you are not focusing on getting a release, but on just sending maximum pleasure into her body and building up that flow of pleasure more and more. And if we then take it into very high intensity, we reach the orgasmic level in the woman's nervous system. The orgasmic activity there begins. The woman is not having a quick orgasm. She's feeling orgasmic in her body and in her nervous system as a prolonged ongoing state. So what the woman is feeling then is the ongoing flow of orgasmic pleasure on and on, much more than a quick moment of, coming. She enters trancy blissful states that go on, and they often reach a deep sense of true internal release and not just a localized genital release. You can then finish it with a climax if you want, or not. Women often feel that they don't need that. And the best part about this is that for most women that I have worked with, this kind of orgasmic experience has been far easier to achieve than the climax, and with much less stress and pressure and anxiety and hard work both for the man and the woman. So with 4 orgasms still to go, we are now moving on to the vaginal orgasms. The fourth orgasm on my list is what I call the false vaginal orgasm. So during penetration, when the penis is deep inside the vagina, the man's body might be grinding on the clitoris, and the clitoris can come from this. People interpret it as a vaginal orgasm because it happens during the penetration. It is a clitoral climax outside, just like any other, but it feels different only because the vagina is also receiving pleasure inside at the same time, and the clitoral climax refers into the vagina. But studies show that a maximum, by different estimates, 1 in 5 women are able to climax this way. It is just such a poor and imprecise way to stimulate the clitoris. You can give it a go lightly and see if it can happen for you. But don't create stress and pressure over something that is probably unlikely to happen. Plus, while this can feel nice, this orgasm is just a clitoral climax, just like any other. It just doesn't give a lot. And when you chase this during the penetration, you actually shut down the conditions for a more expansive vaginal orgasmicity. So now we enter the orgasms that are much more powerful, nourishing and satisfying to a woman. But you have to change how you understand female orgasms entirely. An orgasm is an activity within the nervous system. Most people think that the only way to create this is by releasing the particular reflex in the genitals. And we can arrive to that orgasmic activity in the woman's nervous system by other means. And then we can go from just having a quick orgasm to being orgasmic as a state in an ongoing way. So the 5th on my list is true vaginal orgasmicity. I don't normally use the words vaginal orgasm because they are misleading. It makes you think that there is one event of an orgasm, but instead the vagina goes into an orgasmic state. It becomes orgasmic and it stays orgasmic. When you make love to the vagina really well, it activates. It becomes really sensitive, alive and vibrant with sexual energy everywhere. The entrance, the G-spot, the cervix, all the sensitive areas can blend and the vagina can radiate that orgasmic pleasure into the woman's body. This can be one of the most powerful experiences that a woman can have, and it can be prolonged, ongoing. So no sense of release is missed. It's the opposite, a really blissful experience of saturation, of coming alive, far more enriching and satisfying for a woman than any quick climax. Now, this doesn't happen from just rubbing a particular spot. It's a few different components, a really present, intentional movement, caressing all the vaginal areas really well, the feeling that her lover transmits through the vagina, very important, how you progressively build up the intensity in the intercourse, that's key, and how you arouse the woman's whole body before penetration. It's a major factor in priming the vagina to be orgasmic later. What is totally counterproductive is to rub the vagina trying to make it come, which is precisely what a lot of people do. This often shuts down the vagina. This common practice is the reason why so many women never discover their true vaginal orgasmicity. And in fact, they often feel not much in the vagina at all throughout sex. And yet, once again, from working with many women, I have seen when you approach the vagina right, this experience is far more easy for women to access than some mythical vaginal climax. As a note, all of the approaches in this video are taught in full detail with extensive video walkthroughs in my courses Perfect Lover for men and Holistic Sex for men and women. Next is the cervical orgasm. Now, this is a specific part of the whole vaginal orgasmicity that I have just described. When the deepest part of the vagina, the cervix, is stimulated really well, it can send incredibly strong orgasmic waves into her. These can be mind-blowingly, intensely pleasurable, but also profoundly nourishing, enriching, and create this very deep internal release in her whole being. However, for many women, this area is initially locked. It's not pleasurable at all and often even painful because deep stimulation in the past has been done badly, too rough, so the area is protectively tight, and this can be reversed. It's important to interact with that area gently at first and then build up progressively stronger but carefully. The woman can then gradually trust and open, and this can totally change the vaginal sex for her. I have seen in my practice that most women can access cervical orgasmicity far easier than even the clitoral climax. And last, a woman can enter into an experience that we can call an orgasmic state for her whole being. So when a woman is really relaxed, Her whole body is awakened and receiving pleasure everywhere. Her entire body can become hypersensitive in all the erogenous areas, all the genital areas, where you can be moving between penetration, oral, hands, touching anywhere on the body. All of it feels really vibrant and intensely pleasurable, like her whole body is a field of orgasmicity. So the technique for this kind of orgasmicity is basically good technique for every part of the body, for every part of sex. And this is one of her greatest experiences. You could do it for hours and it will never subside. It will only build. You know, that the female system is like this. Any kind of climax would come nowhere near this. So you see, don't stay locked in this narrow focus of trying to make a woman come. With that, you actually shut down the possibility of greater orgasmic experiences. And the truth is this: men sometimes demand a mechanical technique, how to give a female orgasm. You make love to the woman powerfully. You arouse her well, so her whole body is activated. You know how to create the greatest pleasure in every sensitive area. And then the woman's body can become orgasmic in all these different ways. And the more the woman gets used to true lovemaking, the more that orgasmic capacity opens and develops. It builds over time through trust. But all of this said, the most important thing is this: none of these orgasmic experiences are the real achievement in sex. The most important value of sex for the woman and for the man is that you make love well. The entire experience of sex in every moment is the real enrichment for her. Every moment of sex feeds her with sexual energy, love, and connection. And that is the greatest thing. The orgasms, they're just an addition, a natural product of this aliveness. So truly making love is a win-win. You just can't go wrong. And setting yourself any goal there is always a lose-lose.